Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Space. So in today's video we are going to cover Kaspa and of course a couple of charts in order to put ourselves into perspective of where we are in this market. So if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, and now without any further ado, let's hop into Kaspa itself. So as we can see over here, Kaspa is currently trading at 10 cents of a dollar and is currently up 5.9% in the last 24 hours. So the chart looks very beautiful and bullish. So market cap is currently sitting at $2.3 billion and 24-hour trading volume is sitting at 19.8 million USD. So as we can see over here, on Kaspa, the next reduction is scheduled in the next 28 days, and miners are going to receive 123 Kaspas instead of 131. So things are looking good over here on that side. And as we can see over here, that's something that we also have to pay attention to, which is a Kaspa whale alert. As we can see over here, 1.3 Kaspa was transferred from unknown wallet to unknown wallet, which looks like is pretty much transferring bigger amounts of Kaspa. And as well as over here, well, that one actually is Uphold wallet, so it looks like that 1.1 million USD is going to be sold because it was sold to the exchange. All right, so that's something that we also have to bear in mind. So if we are going to look at 1 hourly time frame, of course that looks very great and bullish for Kaspa, right? That a breakout, right? And it looks like Kaspa is looking very strong in terms of in terms of the momentum, and if we are going to close above that 11 cents mark, above the resistance, that will be great. However, there is one thing that I see over here. So if I'm going to zoom this chart out over here a little bit, and now let's draw this support over here, and as we can see over here, we are experiencing a downside momentum for Kaspa, because that triangle is usually a bearish momentum. So we could see some downside for Kaspa before we are going to see a major rally, right? So obviously that's just based on that triangle model. However, even if we are going to see a bit of a dip on a Kaspa, that doesn't really change the fact of what is going on in the market now. So as we can see over here, 10 good reasons why altcoins will soon be melting faces. So first of all, 2014, 2018, we have this bear market, we've got accumulation, and we've got a huge breakout in bull cycle. 2018, 2021, exactly the same, right? We've got this accumulation and we've got bull cycle. So bear 2022, 2025. We've got accumulation phase and we are entering that green zone of a bull cycle. However, there is one thing to bear in mind. As we can see over here, in two previous cycles, we saw a bit of a consolidation before we have entered that bull cycle. So we could as well experience a major pullback before we are going to see a huge parabola, right? So that would obviously play along with that descending triangle too in coming weeks, right? So if we are going to look at a BTC, halving drives BTC scarcity. This has always been the starting point for a great bull run melting faces, and yet many will be too afraid or are still waiting in lower prices to get in. So as we can see over here, leading back to the previous bull cycles, the first bull cycle, we had this first bull trend line, right? And then we had huge breakout. Then cycle number 2, exactly the same thing. First bull trend line, big breakout. Then the next cycle, cycle number 3, first bull trend line, and then we had a huge breakout. So this cycle isn't any different according to this chart. So as we can see over here, we do have this first bull trend line, and obviously we could pull back as well before we are going to see a parabola for BTC and alts, of course, as well. And of course, if we are going to look over here, we are pretty much exiting that slow rectangle over here for BTC and entering that fast one, which is going to print lots of profits, as well as over here we are pretty much entering that trend line over here, which is going to signal a bull cycle for a BTC, and of course what is going to follow, altcoins as well, just like this chart too, which is speaking for itself. So as we can see over here, we are entering the bull area for BTC, and halving obviously is coming in 2 months roughly. So that is very bullish. And now let's have a look at the last Bitcoin chart in order to put ourselves into perspective of where we are before I'm going to show you my favorite altcoin chart. So Bitcoin bull run countdown. Logarithmic MACD is about to cross bullish on 2 monthly time frame. When it happened in both previous cycles, it started the BTC bull run. So obviously, guys, that chart is a no-brainer. We are just about to experience a major bull cycle in coming months. So that is for altcoins. So first of all, let's have a look at cycle in 2015-2018. We had this little accumulation in comparison to the huge one, right? We had this breakout above it, right? And we had a reaccumulation that is pretty much the second chance to reaccumulate alts, and of course Kaspa, before we are going to experience parabola. So this bull cycle isn't any different. However, the difference is that accumulation is much bigger, as well as a reaccumulation, which means that this bull cycle is going to be definitely bigger than the previous one, and we are just about to leave that reaccumulation zone. So based on all of the charts, guys, you saying that that Kaspa cannot hold barely 10 cents. Obviously that is just temporary, right? Like, I'm not saying that this is going to happen tomorrow or next week, right? Definitely it's going to happen after halving, in my personal opinion, but obviously we do have to be patient with Kaspa. So as for now, if it comes to Kaspa short term, we do have to pay attention on what Kaspa is doing on a daily. If it's going to close above that 11 cents, sorry, different resistance, okay, if it's going to close above that 11 cents of a dollar, that is going to be very bullish for Kaspa on a daily time frame, and we are going to obviously go from there. So as we can see over here on a daily, Kaspa is pretty much ready to go because RSI is pretty much in a healthy state, currently sitting at 52. So as we can see over here, if we are going to compare it to the previous pump, RSI on Kaspa was sitting at 88, so it is definitely much healthier condition for Kaspa to shoot higher and above 11 cents. But obviously we are going to see in upcoming days. So thank you very much for watching that quick Kaspa update. Hope that you have enjoyed it, and yep, that's about it. I'm wishing you having a great evening or great day wherever you are in the world. All right, peace and love, crypto.